Your penis is about to go into boot camp. We're breaking down the foods, exercises, and lifestyle changes that will transform your underperforming member into a rock-solid all-night champion. Welcome back to The Naked Connection. This is the show that supports driven men to reach sexual mastery and build deep connections. What's up, you guys? It's Kirsten, and today I am going to be your dick drill sergeant. Look. Approximately 30 million American men are struggling with erectile issues right now. That's almost the entire population of Texas walking around with equipment that's not performing at its peak. But before you reach for that little blue pill, let's talk about how what you eat and how you move can truly revolutionize your sex life from the inside out. I'm going to share the specific foods that increase blood flow to all of the right places and the targeted exercises that will strengthen the exact muscles you need for stronger, longer lasting erections. Think of this as basic training for your most valued asset. So take a moment, hit that subscribe button right now for the show so that you don't miss a single episode. And you guys, let's whip that penis into fighting shape. No more sad salutes or dishonorable discharges on my watch. You guys, let's get some. Guys, let's be honest about Father's Day. It is the perfect excuse to treat yourself to something you actually want. Skip the tie and socks routine and upgrade your grooming game with the Handyman Rocket Man by Manscaped. This pocket rocket isn't just for quick touch-ups before meetings. It is your secret weapon for those mornings after. You know the ones I'm talking about. When your girl has given you that special Father's Day attention and you wake up looking like you've been lost at sea for 3 months. The Handyman Rocket Man is compact enough to stash anywhere, but powerful enough to rescue your face from whatever disaster you've got going on. With skin-safe technology that helps reduce nicks on that precious face of yours, you'll be presentation ready in minutes. Join over 12 million men who trust Manscaped and use code NAKED15 for 15% off your entire order at manscaped.com. This Father's Day, invest in the tool that'll keep you looking good for whatever and whomever comes your way. I want to make a disclaimer for this podcast episode. I am not a doctor. If you are experiencing any sort of medical issue, please consult with your primary care physician, with your urologist, or any other specialist that you are presently working with. First, let's talk about the heart-penis connection. We need to understand something crucial. Erection function is primarily a vascular issue. When a man gets aroused, blood flows into the penis, creating pressure that results in an erection. And any issue with your cardiovascular system can impact this process. This means that anything good for your heart is generally good for your erectile health. In fact, many doctors consider ED an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease. So think of your penis as the canary in the coal mine for your overall health. He is very important. Now, here's the thing. Your penis doesn't operate in isolation. It's connected to your cardiovascular system, which means that every artery clogging cheeseburger that you eat is potentially stealing blood flow from the very place you want it most. Cardiologists will often joke that the penis is like a dipstick for heart health. Problems down there usually mean problems everywhere. So what controls this magical blood flow? Well, there's 4 key factors. One is blood vessel health. There's also hormone balance, hello testosterone, and then nerve function, and finally, energy levels. So let's talk about how to optimize all of these systems through the power of food, specifically through one mighty molecule that's about to become your new best friend. Let me introduce you to the MVP of your sex life. It is called nitric oxide. Despite sounding like something that you'd use to soup up a race car, this molecule is nature's own Viagra. When arousal strikes, your body releases this compound naturally, telling the blood vessels in your penis to relax and open up. If you ever wonder why ED medication works, it's because they all target the same nitric oxide pathway. But instead of relying on pharmaceuticals, you can boost this system naturally through food. And the king of nitric oxide boosters is, yes, the humble, the beautiful beet. That's right. That purple vegetable that your grandmother forced you to eat is actually sexual dynamite. Beets are absolutely loaded with dietary nitrates that your body converts directly into nitric oxide. The science is so incredibly solid on this that Olympic athletes have reported drinking beet juice prior to competitions to improve blood flow and endurance. One study I found actually showed that men who drink beet juice experience significant lower blood pressure drops within hours. And guess what else requires blood pressure? That is right, your penis needs blood pressure to become erect. The best part here is that the effects kick in within hours. So if you know that you have a special evening ahead of you, truly a morning glass of beet juice might just be your secret weapon. It's like foreplay for your circulatory system. Now, if you are not a fan of that earthy beet taste, I get it. You can try blending them with apples or berries, or you can actually go for beet powder in a smoothie. Your partner doesn't need to know that your erection was sponsored by beets. That can be our secret. So beets might be the headliner here, but they are not the only solution. Let me introduce you to the whole lineup of foods that you can implement into your diet to help your amazing dick. We have arugula, and this is a peppery leaf that contains more nitrates than almost any other vegetable. You know, the ancient Romans weren't just building aqueducts and inventing concrete, they were also using arugula as a libido booster. Fun little fact to consider: when you think about all of those toga parties, they suddenly make more sense. Next up we have is spinach. You see, Popeye wasn't just showing off those biceps, because beyond nitrates, spinach actually contains magnesium, which is really important for testosterone support. It's truly like a multivitamin for your manhood. Next up we have is watermelon. It is summer's natural sex enhancer. It is rich in citrulline, which converts to arginine and then to nitric oxide. Watermelon is basically running a sexual relay race in your body. The highest concentration is actually in the white rind of the watermelon, so you might want to blend that part up too if you are brave enough. And then we also have red wine. In moderation is the asterisk here. And I stress moderation because, you know, whiskey dick is definitely a thing. However, red wine contains a component which boosts nitric oxide production. There's a reason why wine is the drink of romance. So now you know why a salad date might actually be better foreplay than an expensive steak dinner. But wait, there's more to this penis-pleasing diet than just these nitrate superstars. While we're filling our plates with beets and greens and polishing it off with some watermelon and some red wine, let's not forget about other erection enhancers. So oysters, these are those beautiful slimy sea creatures, and they have a reputation of actually being an aphrodisiac. And they're absolutely packed with zinc, which is a mineral essential for testosterone production. Low zinc can often equal or lead to low T, which equals low sexual performance. So if you've never slurped up an oyster before, think of it as practice for your oral activities. We also have fatty fish. Fish like salmon and other oily fishes are really rich in omega-3s that improve cardiovascular health. So consider them swimming Viagra for yourself. The better your heart pumps, the better everything else pumps too. And two more things that I want to mention here: dark chocolate. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, which actually improve blood circulation. So you want to aim for a 70% cacao or higher to get the benefits without too much sugar. Plus, you know, sharing a piece of dark chocolate is far sexier than splitting a Snickers bar, okay? And finally, coffee. Yes, to all of my coffee lovers out there is still hope. A study from the University of Texas found that men who consumed 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day were less likely to report ED than non-coffee drinkers. So Your morning Joe isn't just waking up your brain, it's potentially waking up everything else too. We've talked about what you want to incorporate more into your diet and into your life, but what should you banish from your penis-friendly pantry? Because this dick diet isn't just about what to eat, it's also about what to kick to the curb. Processed foods, number one. If it comes in a box with ingredients that you cannot pronounce, your penis probably cannot process it either. Excessive booze, that glass of wine might help with blood flow, but an entire bottle will ensure that the only thing up all night is you worrying about your performance. And then finally, sugar bombs. These can, yes, lead to diabetes, which damages the same nerves and blood vessels that control erections. So that donut, I hate to say it, isn't worth the potential downtime. We've talked about what to eat. However, there is even more that you can do in your daily life to help with your sexual health, to help with your erection performance. You see, your penis isn't technically a muscle, but it sure benefits from working your actual muscles. So I want to share with you a couple of ways that you can exercise for sexual excellence. The first is going to be, we're sticking with the heart, that cardiovascular exercise. Your penis is a hydraulic system and your heart is truly the pump. So if you strengthen the pump with regular cardiovascular health, you are going to strengthen your penis. Walking briskly for 30 minutes a day might be all that you need to see improvements. One study that I saw found that sedentary men who began exercising moderately saw a 70% improvement in erectile function. That's better results than most medications. So get outside and get active, move your body, elevate your heart rate throughout the day. Kegel exercises are next, and these are not just for women. And if you have been around on this podcast for a while, you know that we talk about doing some of these exercises, not only for physical health, but also to improve your sexual performance in and of itself. So Kegel exercises are going to strengthen the pelvic floor muscles, which plays a crucial role in erection quality and in ejaculation control. The next time you're peeing, try to stop midstream and notice what muscles you're flexing. And these are going to be the muscles that you use when you do your Kegel exercises. So you want to practice contracting these muscles when you're not peeing. Nobody will know that you're secretly working out your sex muscles during that boring work meeting. And I like to think of it as doing 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 contractions and releases of your Kegel muscles. Next is weight training, especially exercises that boost testosterone, things like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, anything where you are going to be moving heavy weight. There's a reason guys at the gym love these moves. They might be secretly optimizing their hormone profiles while also boosting their visible muscles. And I'm going to say this totally separate from the physiological component that we're talking about here of improving your erectile health and your sexual health. Exercising helps you feel better. It drops you more into your body. It makes you more present within yourself. And also the results, the byproduct is that you're going to look better. You're going to feel better in your body and your confidence might boost. You know, I know there's so much information out there and so much conversation around women really embracing their bodies and having confidence in confidence in themselves. And I think that the same is true for men. So many men are unhappy with the way that their bodies look, the amount of muscle mass that you have. And so taking the time to train your muscles, to do the cardio, to do the exercises, it's not only going to be helping literally your penis performance, but it's going to be helping you mentally as well as physically. And here's a fun fact. Regular sexual activity itself is good for penile health. It is so true. The use it or lose it principle is in action. Regular erections are going to keep your penile tissue healthy and oxygenated. So even though solo masturbation sessions are here to maintain your penis health, consider it preventative healthcare. I think that's a fun way to think about having sex with yourself or having sex with your partner. We're here for the healthcare, baby. So there you have it, my men, the dick diet in all of its glory. From beet juice to bicep curls, you now have a comprehensive plan for supporting your sexual health naturally. And I know that there is so much more that we could dive into, but I wanted to be able to give you a handful of things that you can take with you and start implementing into your diet, into your daily life immediately to start seeing improvement in your sexual performance, in your erectile health. And remember, what happens below the belt is often a reflection of what's happening throughout your body. So that morning jog isn't just burning calories, it's investing in your next orgasm. That salad isn't just feeding your abs, it's feeding your sexual potential. And if you're experiencing persistent issues, please talk to your doctor. Again, I am not a medical professional. And truly, all jokes aside, with your erection and sexual health could be a sign of other health problems that need serious attention. Plus, there's absolutely no shame in getting medical support for sexual needs. Your penis deserves the same care as every other body part that you have. Start small, maybe add a glass of beet juice to your morning routine, maybe just throw some arugula on your sandwich or do a few Kegel exercises while you wait for your coffee to brew in the morning. Small changes can lead to big improvements when it counts most. That is it for today's episode of The Naked Connection. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, drop a comment, share it with a friend who might benefit. And until next time, here's to your health, and let's get some. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Naked Connection. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another episode. Trust me on this, your sex life and that special someone in your life will thank you for it. And if you really love the show, please take a moment and leave a 5-star review or a written review and let me know what you think. It would mean so much to me and this show. Until next time, happy connecting.